Alan, thank you for that, for your endorsement, for your kind words. I want the people of this state to know that this is the first constitutional officer, the Attorney General of this terrific state, that has come out in favor of a presidential candidate. And I've got to tell you, Alan, how deeply honored I am, how deeply honored the Huntsman family is. This puts us in a position in South Carolina where I begin to like our odds. I begin to like our chances in this state. I believe that South Carolina is going to be a great state for the Huntsman campaign. I want to point out Bill Stern, who was with us today as well, the honorary chair of our campaign, and also our finance chair. And John, all I can say is we're not going to let you down, buddy. You've been 100%er on all those that you've chosen so far, and we're not going to let you down. We're not going to let you down. We're not going to let you down. Alan is a remarkable leader in his own right. He's the youngest Attorney General in the United States. He is leading a group of attorneys general on a host of important issues, including the fight against the National Labor Relations Board, the way in which they are disrupting business with respect to Boeing's manufacturing facility here in South Carolina. He is leading an effort to look at the constitutionality of Obamacare, and I have every confidence that the 26 states that are working together with Alan are going to prove that Obamacare is unconstitutional and must be repealed. I guess what I like about Alan the most, he's got a great family, and he was willing to set aside everything else to serve his nation for 1 year in Iraq, where he led a convoy for 2,600 miles, one end of the country to the other. That kind of service is absolutely commendable. Let me just say that I'm running for President of the United States because I believe it is absolutely unacceptable that for the first time in the history of the greatest country that ever was, we're about to pass down to the next generation, this generation over here, a country that is less good, less competitive, less productive, and saddled with debt. You know, typically we are accustomed as Americans to handing a country upward in terms of its standards and its achievements and its hope for the future. And for the first time, we're about to hand it downward. And that is unacceptable, and it should get every one of us in this room excited about change in 2012. It must happen. I believe that we are going to be successful in this campaign because three things are going to be important to the American people in who they look at as the next president of the United States. Number one, I believe private sector experience is going to be critically important. Why? Because for as far as the eye can see into the 21st century, this country must create jobs. And it helps to have somebody who's been in the private sector who understands the fragility and the magic of the free market system. We simply don't have that today. Number two, having someone who has been a successful chief executive of a state, I think is going to be absolutely critical. Not only a successful chief executive, but having taken a great state to the #1 position in terms of job creation in this nation, the best managed state in America, according to what the Pew Foundation had to say. We took unemployment down to 2.4%, such that we became the fastest growing state in America. I like that record, and I think it is absolutely applicable given our circumstances here nationally. We can draw from those same kinds of experiences, including historic tax cuts. We reformed our taxes, which is never an easy thing to do, but we got it done successfully. It's exactly what needs to happen in this country of ours. Number three, we live in a complex and confusing world, folks, and it's not going to get any less so. I've lived overseas 4 times. I've been an ambassador for my country 3 times. I believe that in the end, when the American people begin to look at the options, they're going to want somebody who understands the nature of the world in which we live and what this country of ours must do to ensure our competitive position in the 21st century. It's an honor to be a candidate for President of the United States of America. Deeply honored to get the support of Alan Wilson. I can't tell you what this means to our campaign and what it means to my family. To have someone of your stature, of your competence, of your leadership, your capability, who has signed on to our campaign. And to the rest of you out here, we're going to be seeing a lot more of you here in South Carolina. Now as the race moves on to New Hampshire and then South Carolina, the focus is going to be on retail politics. Who can get out and get the job done, who has what it takes, the old shoe leather, the walking the streets, the person-to-person interaction capability to go the distance. I think we can do it. I know we can do it. And with the kind of support we're getting here today, I feel even better about our prospects here in South Carolina. Thank you all very much for being here today.